Hello, everyone. This is Barani, and I'm a partner account manager for OVH Cloud, and I'm based in Melbourne, Australia. Today, we are here to talk about one of our key customer, Shockbyte. Who is Shockbyte? Shockbyte is one of the biggest Minecraft provider in the world, having over 160,000 customers across the world, having played by over 30 million players across the world. And the most inspiring story behind Shockbyte is that it was started in 2013 by a 15-year-old high school boy in Melbourne. And today I have the pleasure to introduce you, founder and director of Shockbyte, Mitch Smith. Mitch, welcome to the program. Would you please start by introducing yourself and tell us, how did you start Shockbyte?
I founded Shockbyte in 2013 when I was 15 years old as a game server host for Minecraft. And since then, we've expanded into hosting for Rust and Ark Survival Evolved. And we've also become a supplier for other game server hosts. So how we got started was, before Shockbyte, I ran my own Minecraft server. This was a custom developed game for Minecraft where you would fight in a team against endless waves of zombies. You'd gain points and use them to upgrade your weapons and just try to survive as long as possible. This ended up becoming very popular. We ended up having about 20,000 players per day. So I gained experience in software development, managing and scaling a server, and just making sure that players had a smooth gameplay experience. As the server grew, we ended up having hundreds of instances of the game running at a time. And this was back in 2012. So we didn't have anything like Kubernetes or Bungee Cord. We had to do everything on our own. So with the infrastructure I had and the experience I gained, I launched Shockbyte. And now, 7 years later, we're one of the largest game server hosts in the world. And we've hosted more than 200,000 servers for more than 160,000 customers.
Mitch, that's impressive. I mean, that story is really inspiring as well. I mean, started as a 15-year-old high school student, and now here you are as a one of the biggest Minecraft hoster in the world, Shockbyte. Well, that's great. Now we have a Shockbyte as a company. Now, could you please tell us about your early days of Shockbyte and what were the challenges during those days?
The biggest challenge for us early on was being able to deliver the highest quality gaming experience. So most online multiplayer games are happening in real time. So if you're playing a game like Minecraft, even the slightest issue or lag is very noticeable, and that can be a very frustrating experience for gamers. So we need to have the highest quality hardware and the lowest possible latency. Every year, games are becoming more and more demanding. So we need to continually upgrade our hardware to make sure that games always load fast. And with new technologies like virtual reality, augmented reality, and artificial intelligence becoming more prevalent, the hardware requirements will only continue to increase. But even with the best hardware and the best network, there's still the threat of DDoS attacks. And game servers are the most common target of DDoS attacks. In 2019, gaming was the most targeted industry. And the reason it's so common is because it's far too easy to send an attack. Anyone can sign up to a DDoS for hire service and pay $5 to start sending attacks. So there's no technical skills required to do this. And attackers of game servers are usually also players of the server. So they'll be connected to the server and they can see when other players are complaining about lag or other players are getting disconnected. So they're getting the positive reinforcement because they can see the impact of their attack. So they'll continue attacking until it's no longer fun. Our customers usually only run a single server with us. So they'll set up a Minecraft or an Ark Survival Evolved world and this exists in memory on a single server. And all players connect to the same game instance, so there's usually a single point of failure. On competitive games, for example, with esports, matches typically last upwards of 20 minutes. And if players get disconnected before the match ends, then you usually have to start the entire match over from the beginning. Last year, esports had a total prize pool of more than $200 million, and this figure is increasing every year. So there's big money at stake with a lot of these games. So restarting a match is not an option. So we need to protect the entire length of the player's game session, and we need to have DDoS protection that's always active so that players aren't disconnected. And speaking of esports, it's critical that we ensure fair gameplay for everyone. So we need to deliver the same experience to all players, no matter where they live. To do that, we need to have data center locations close to every player so that they can have a smooth experience without lag. If you think of an esports tournament, for example, if there's one player that's closer to the server than everyone else, that player will have a faster connection, which means that they'll have an unfair advantage over all the other players. When we were first getting started, we had a very limited infrastructure. We only had one location, which was in New York, but we had customers all over the world. So to be able to deliver a smooth and fair experience, we really needed to go global.
Right. So I think you had some pretty good challenges there. I mean, starting from mitigating the DDoS attacks and increasing the gaming experience for all the users, no matter where they're located, and obviously, we got to worry about latency. Okay, so thinking about all of that, how did you find OVH Cloud, and why OVH Cloud is the best cloud provider for Shockbyte?
Well, we were looking for DDoS protection. Early on, we were being targeted by DDoS attacks every day, and our website was being taken down multiple times per day. So then we found OVH Cloud's anti-DDoS protection. And when we switched, it was an immediate solution for us. It immediately stopped all of the attacks. And best of all, it's included free with all of OVH Cloud's services. So it was affordable and it's strong protection. So it really was the perfect solution for us. We use the gaming range of dedicated servers with OVH Cloud, and these come with additional protection that's built specifically for the games we host. This is called Anti-DDoS Game. And with Anti-DDoS Game, we can customize the filtering rules for each game we host, which means that we can let the game traffic in, but filter out any traffic that's not recognized for the game. And we've been with OVH Cloud for 6 years now. And to date, we haven't experienced a single outage due to a DDoS attack.
Rich, I love to hear that. And yeah, that's great. So now you have started Shockbyte as a company. You managed to, tackle all the challenges. And now your subscribers are growing locally here in Melbourne, Australia. And also you're getting a momentum across a global audience. And your subscribers are increasing globally as well. Now, so obviously, we got to talk about the scalability. So what was the challenge with scalability, and how did you scale without compromising quality?
Well, we'd been in the shoes of our customers since before Shockbyte. So being able to recognize the challenges that come with scaling and already having experience dealing with them has been crucial. The Minecraft server that I ran before Shockbyte, we had more than 1 million players over the lifespan of the network, and I managed every aspect of this. So I wrote the code, I hosted the server, and I ran the server. So I gained experience as a player, as a server owner, and as a server host. And we had many performance issues as we grew. So being able to overcome these has given us the experience that we can then apply to Shockbyte. Even if a game or any application works well on a small scale, it doesn't necessarily work as well once you start scaling it up. So to scale, you really need to have efficient code. It needs to be able to scale horizontally. And for us, we needed to have a global presence so that we could service all of our customers, no matter where they live. And we've been able to solve all of this all within the OVH Cloud ecosystem. We've built our entire infrastructure on OVH Cloud. We're able to upgrade our hardware as we need, and the automation at OVH Cloud saves us a lot of time. For example, with automatic hardware replacement, it means that a lot of issues are fixed without us needing to intervene at all. With the OVH Cloud API, we're able to automate regular tasks such as network management. And with our monitoring system, we can automatically detect when a new server is added and begin monitoring it automatically. And we're also able to automatically migrate IPs between each of our nodes. So with OVH Cloud, we've really been able to take our business global.
Brilliant. Okay, so to the audience, I just want to make a quick note here. I mean, Mitch, Shockbyte has been built with OVH Cloud's bare metal platform. The entire platform is built on dedicated servers, so that's really good. Now, Mitch, I want to ask you, how exactly we helped you to go global?
Well, before using OVH Cloud, we only had a single location, which was in New York. And at the time, expanding would have meant we had to find a new provider for each new location. And that would have resulted in different pricing and different hardware, which means that we would have had to change the pricing for our plans for each location, as well as change the features that we advertise for each location. But with OVH Cloud, it's all one ecosystem. So we get the same quality and the same features in all locations. Even though we're based in Melbourne, Australia, we have customers all over the world. So it's always been an ambition for us to go global, but it's also been necessary to keep the highest standards for all customers, no matter where they live. And with OVH Cloud's global network, we're able to service customers all over the world. All customers have a local data center location, and with that, we're able to achieve low latency worldwide. And this has been a huge competitive advantage for us. We can provide more choice for our customers, and we can help them reach a global scale too. And OVH Cloud's network continues to grow. For example, we have a large customer base in the US, and in the past year, we've been able to expand to both the West Coast and the East Coast of the US, as well as further expansion in Europe and Asia Pacific. So as new locations are added, we're able to enter new markets. And as OVH Cloud network grows, we grow alongside it. Today, we're using all of OVH Cloud's data center locations. And each time OVH Cloud adds a new location, it amplifies our growth. Our aim has always been to be the biggest and the best game server host and provide the best customer experience. And to do that, we need to grow very fast. So we need a supplier who can keep up with our growth and help us enter new markets. And OVH Cloud's 120-second setup has been essential for that. We can often grow extremely fast during our peak periods, and it can be unpredictable. For example, when there's a game update, our daily sales can multiply by several factors, and we usually don't know when the game update is going to be released. So this can happen suddenly, and very fast we can start running out of stock. But with 120-second setup, we can scale up fast and access more servers when we need them. Since we started back in 2013, our growth has been exponential. And along the way, we've always known that OVH Cloud can provide the servers that we need. Also important for our growth has been the ability to choose our own hardware. OVH Cloud has multiple dedicated server ranges, and each dedicated server has customizable options. And this has been really important for us because each game that we host has different hardware requirements. For example, Minecraft is mostly single-threaded, so it benefits more from having a faster CPU clock speed, whereas some other games benefit from having additional cores. In the past year, we've expanded into hosting for Rust and Ark Survival Evolved, and we were able to select the best hardware for each game. Something that all games benefit from is NVMe SSDs. These are extremely important for fast load times. We've been using NVMe SSDs with OVH Cloud now for more than 2 years, and we use them for all of our customer servers. But aside from our customer servers, we also use OVH Cloud for many other systems. For example, we use VPS for our game distribution system and our APIs, and we're also planning to use object storage on public cloud. So rather than having a separate provider for each service, we can get everything we need through OVH Cloud.
Thanks, Mitch. That's absolutely making a lot of sense. And recently, I've noticed that you're getting a lot of subscribers from the US region as well. And I see you're adding more servers in the US data centers as well. So I want to ask you, Mitch, where is Shockbyte today?
Well, we've been in business for 7 years now. And in that time, we've become one of the largest game server hosts in the world. We've had more than 30 million players worldwide connect to our servers. And we've hosted more than 200,000 servers for more than 160,000 customers. And in the past year, we've grown more than 200%. And our partnership with OVH Cloud has been a key factor in achieving these results.
Definitely. And we are really glad to hear that, Mitch. So now finally, the final question is, why was it a game changer?
The real game changer for us has been that with OVH Cloud, we're able to meet the high expectations of gamers. So we can deliver a high quality gaming experience that's lag-free, it loads fast, is fair for everyone, and most importantly, is without any disruptions.
Thanks a lot for coming for this presentation. It was a pleasure having you on board and sharing your OVH Cloud journey. Now, that's some impressive numbers. I mean, 200% growth in the last 12 months. That's amazing. Now, on behalf of OVH Cloud, I wish you all the very best and success for Shockbyte. And thanks again. To all the audience, Mitch and I will be here to take any questions you may have. Thank you for listening. Thanks, everyone.